back to SCV Today. Again, if you only knew. You know what? I mean, our guests could probably start, bringing the little camcorders and they could make some cash. Good?
I'm good.
You want to make it? You want a second?
I'm good.
Okay. All right.
I get so excited talking about real estate.
Obviously. It's choking you up. It is time to talk real estate. Real estate's a very important topic in Santa Clarita, as it is all over the nation because of the economy and everything that's happening. And there are some very unique things that are happening. And so that is why we are bringing in Jennie King from SCVLeasing. And we were talking during the break, Jennie. Mm-hmm. We had Mike Bjorkman on last week.
Right.
Mike talked about how low the inventory is.
Mm-hmm.
Is there low inventory for property rentals right now?
Not really.
And that makes it interesting.
Well, we're keeping pretty steady. I mean, obviously, as you get closer to the holidays, the inventory does go down a little bit, but we're right on track. Honestly, it hasn't really gone a whole big fluctuation over the entire year.
Now, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
How are you marketing these properties? How do people find out about? I know so many people that are looking for a home to rent right now. Mm-hmm. How do they find these properties? I know how I find them when you list them because I find them on Facebook. So, but what else are you doing?
It's huge. I think one of the great things about SCVLeasing is the way that we do market. We have such a huge, aggressive marketing plan. I know we talked about this last time, but it's always great to just kind of reiterate. The best thing to do when you're getting your property out there, what do you need to do? You need to get it marketed, right? That's huge. And what we do, like I told you last time, Mike has brought all of his knowledge from the sales aspect and brought it into the leasing world. And so we use all those techniques to lease a property out. Not only are you just getting still pictures and a little blurb here and there, on the internet or on Craigslist, we do all those things, but we do a virtual tour. No other company does a virtual tour. That's huge. How many people want to see what the inside of a house looks like before they go?
Which I look at every single one that you post.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not looking, every single home tour that you post on Facebook, I look at. I can't help but click on it and watch it.
Right.
I don't know why,
And you're not even in the market to want to move yet.
Well, I am, but I just don't have the money. So.
Jason, what's going on? What's going on?
So,
what it also does, it helps cut down on the looky-loos. So people are a little bit more interested. They've seen the house, they get a feel for it. They can call the 800 number that we use and dedicate just for your property. So they have more specific, detailed information about the house. So if you're looking at something and it says, Valencia 3+2, great. Well, I want to know a little bit more about this house. Well, we're going to tell you a little bit more about this house so that you're really interested and you want to come see it. It's going to save everyone some time.
Let's talk about the fact that we have the low inventory for home sales. You're getting a little bit more leasing and rental opportunities of those homes. Is that because you've got people who are wanting to rent out their home or move on to a different property and they're underwater or they're not able to sell their house at the price that they want to sell it, so they decide they're going to go ahead and rent it?
Yeah, there's so many different reasons out there. I talk to a lot of people who want to lease their home out, and we always give them the option. Well, have you thought about selling? Well, yeah, I've thought about selling. A lot of people say, I would love to sell this house and not have it be a part of me anymore, but they can't because maybe they're upside down and they don't want a short sale. Maybe they're purchasing a new home and they don't want that negative on their credit. That's completely reasonable. But then there's also those people that are in the good position and maybe their mortgage isn't that high and they can make some money off the investment, and it's not a good time for them to sell at this point in time because they feel the market's going to come up, which we're all hoping for.
To me, from what I see, I think rental rates are high right now. Are you seeing that the rent
they've been pretty steady the last 3 years, but as time goes on, people are trying to get a little bit more, and like we talked about when I was here in summer, of course, summer is always a great time to get top dollar. Now, though, even during the holiday season as we're coming in, people think, oh, it's not a good time to rent. It's not a bad time to rent. There's less competition out there because people are thinking that. They have that mindset, it's not a good time to rent.
Right.
So the less properties there are out there, the more your home's going to be noticed, possibly the higher we can lease it for as well.
What are some of the other reasons why renting during the holiday season would be a good idea?
Think about how much time do our kids have off during this holiday season? Way too much, right? So people have the time. They're a little bit more serious because new jobs start in January. People need to be in a new position possibly. homes are decorated for the holidays, and so you get that warm homies feeling, want to go in there, and it's a little bit more of an
cookies
emotional
baking in the
time.
oven and-
Yeah, so people are actually more willing to rent a house, and even maybe at a higher price because it's that emotional time. What else?
Well, I think my point with saying that the rental rates are high right now, to me, is I think that's good for the person that's not wanting to sell right now, but and they're financially okay, but they want to cover that mortgage and maybe make a little bit of money
Yeah.
off their rental.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a good thing for the investor
Yeah,
at this
absolutely.
point because you can get the higher rates.
Absolutely.
And one thing that I've really noticed with your listings is that really nice homes. I mean, generally there was like a stigmatism in my mind with the rental home. It's not a nice home. That was always and then all of a sudden I'm seeing all your videos and I'm like, these are homes that I could live in forever. I mean,
Yeah.
they're really, really nice homes.
And that's part of my job is to go in and talk to these people and say, hey, look, my job is to help you get your home ready for a lease. So here's my recommendations to get it ready. That blue wall, maybe not so hot. It might be your personal preference, but the more neutral the home, the better it's going to rent out. So I really go in there and kind of get nitty gritty with them and say, here's the kind of property that is going to lease out. And I hope that they appreciate that from me, that I'm giving them that information to get their home rented out as quickly as possible.
Well,
And to attract that person.
Expert, Jenny. You know so much. You're definitely a go-to in this community. If you're wanting to rent your home or look for a home to rent, you're the girl.
Thanks.
And you're listing now as well.
I am. Yeah.
You're busy.
Busy.
Good.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for joining us.
My
It's
pleasure.
always a good conversation to have when we're talking about real estate and we have the economy the way it is. Certainly housing and the way it's being affected is a big factor within that discussion. So thank you, Jennie King from SCVLeasing.com. If you want more information about how to contact Jennie and you can't remember SCVLeasing.com, you can always go to SCVtoday.com. We'll be able to get you hooked up over there. We'll be right back.